Hey, what's going on? Good afternoon. It's the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I don't know what just happened there. Hold on a second. I gotta sneeze, but it won't come. Oh, it's so frustrating. I'm Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you until probably about 6:30. Oh, I gotta sneeze and it won't come. It's one of the most frustrating things. But yeah, I know it's been a minute. I'm sure people think, hey, he don't do a show no more, or he think he better than us, or whatever. You know how y'all be. But no, I'm good, man. Everything is going all right. Everything is going all right. Y'all know we got to talk about this. What's his name? Kevin. We got to talk about Kevin Farmer and Rosemary. I don't remember her last name. Rosemary's Babies. Y'all know we got to talk about it. But before I talk, before I talk about it, I want to sneeze so bad because I had to sneeze. But before I talk about it, I had to say hello to the people who say hello to me. It's only a few of y'all here. I get it. And it's all right. It's all right. Jerica say, is it just me? Or where is everybody? It looked like it's only a few people here. There's only a few people here. Hold on, I don't see none of my... Okay. Yeah, it's only a few people here. So let me say good afternoon to Jerica Vaughn. She's first out the gate. Good afternoon, Jerica. Good afternoon to Sierra Brooks. Sierra representing Boston. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mary Birch Lavender. Good afternoon, representing White Oak. Good to see you here. Good afternoon, Maria. Marie? I look like Maria Smith. Good afternoon. I'm sorry, I can't see that far. Is that an A? Yeah. Maria Smith, representing North College Hill. Good afternoon. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Again, I know it's been a minute, and I'm in these last couple of weeks. What, I got a week and a half. A week and a half left to go before, I'm out of class, and then I start applying for jobs. No, I haven't started applying for jobs yet. And they keep trying to push me, like, apply for jobs. And I'm like, no, I want to finish this process, and then I'll move on to that process. So, yeah, it's been a minute. But, yeah, we almost there. I appreciate y'all's understanding and y'all's support. I haven't been on since my birthday, which was 1 week ago today. I appreciate all of the birthday wishes. All of the birthday wishes. I was overwhelmed, and I started out the day trying to respond to everyone. Like I was in class, and he doing his lecture, and we doing I call them labs and everything. And they was coming in, and I was responding, "Thank you, hey, I appreciate you." It was so many, it got overwhelming, and I appreciate y'all for that. Then nobody send me no money to my Cash App. But that's all right. I'm just joking. I don't want y'all to send me no money to my Cash App. Let's see. Steban Speed. Is that rounding out top 5? Jerica, Sierra, Marie, and Steban Speed rounding out the top 5. Steban representing Westwood. Good afternoon. E-Man, did you hear Farmer's call on Wyatt? I did not. I got a chance to listen to Wyatt. It feel like about 10 minutes. I listened to about 10 minutes of Wyatt, and then I logged back in and got a chance to listen to about 2 minutes. And I heard him talking to Twin for a few minutes. And then I heard him talking to Alethea for a few minutes. I didn't hear the entirety of either call. And I had to dip out when he He said something to the effect of, let me tell you the part that I agree with. And then I had to go. So I didn't even get to hear the part that he agrees with. So, no, I definitely did not hear Mr. Farmer call his show. Get the glasses. It's not necessarily, well, it is, but I'm cool. I'm cool. I need glasses to see stuff far. I have to hold stuff far away. It's just lights and the positioning of everything, and it's kind of far away. If I had it on like a larger TV instead of a monitor, which is made to be viewed from close up, then it would be easier to see. Jeffrey Williams, representing Pleasant Run Farms. Good afternoon. Jeannie Mulholland, representing beautiful Covington, Kentucky. All right, good afternoon. Nat Turner, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Appreciate you. Janice Robertson said, "What? I can't believe it. Welcome back." Yeah, I'm gonna try to be here this week, but again, 1.5 weeks left, and I gotta get ready to, kind of wrap everything up. So yeah, it's crunch time. It's crunch time. Jerica said, "You didn't post your Cash App." I know. I just be giving y'all a hard time. Black Lion says, "Did anyone catch Emanuel up to speed on the Kevin Farmer saga?" I know a little bit about it. Kevin Farmer in the house. You can feel free to call in because I'm going to be talking about you, brother. You said some stuff that I agreed with, and you said some stuff that I disagreed with. So if you want to call in, do. If you don't, that's fine. I'm comfortable either way. Sierra says it was unhinged. Oh, you're saying his call to Wyatt was unhinged. Oh, well. If you don't want to call in, we understand. Terry Anderson, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Janice says, "No wonder we get along so well. My birthday was the 25th. Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Janice. I wish I would have known that. I'd have got you something." Somebody else saying Farmer's call was garbage. But this is all women saying that Kevin Farmer's call was garbage. And some of the stuff he said that I agree with, that some of it I've honestly said it before. Some of the stuff y'all gonna not agree with. Y'all gonna say it's garbage because it's not necessarily positive. It's not, that whatever it is that you want to hear. Again, I didn't hear the call, so I don't know. But I need I would need somebody else to say that it was garbage. Oh, hold on, let me make sure I got the phones up and ready to go. We gonna get into it in just a minute. Make sure I got the phones up. Ooh, I've been logged out. Well, log me back in. Ooh, I don't know which email I use for this. Continue. Is that the right email? No. Ooh, hold on. What? Oh, hold on, y'all. Something going on with the phones. It looks like they've changed companies. Open Phone is now Quo. Has it been that long since I've been on the air that my phone service has changed companies? Oh my goodness. What? Hold on, y'all. Why am I putting all of this in there? Uh-oh. I'm nervous. Yes, it is. That's why I'm just trying to log in. Oh, this is what happens when you don't do a show for what feels like 2 weeks. All right, let's see. No, I'm not using no fingerprint or face. I don't do all of that stuff. All right, are we good? Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. All right, looks like I'm logged in. I don't know if the phone is gonna work. Hold on, let me call. I gotta call me and see if my phone is working. All right, it's working. All right, so the phone lines are open. Where was I at? Louis Talbert, good afternoon. Spencer Oliver Jr., representing beautiful North College Hill, good afternoon. Regina Denson Griffin, representing Madisonville, good afternoon. Vanessa Lynn Bennett, good afternoon. And she's representing the West End. Pat Rogers, good afternoon, representing East Westwood. Let me see, Dwayne Larkin, representing Mount Airy, good afternoon. Andrea Bustle, representing Gulf Manor, good afternoon. Lewis Johnson, aka CK, in the house, good afternoon. Crystal Hoskins, representing Bond Hill, good afternoon. Jack, I'm not saying that. It sounds too deviant and sexual, so you're just Jack. Good afternoon. Kim Moore Eberhardt, good afternoon. Candy D, representing Coleraine Township, good afternoon. Kevin Farmer, he sounds in dire need of therapy. All right. Let me see. Tanika in the house, representing beautiful Orlando, Florida. Good afternoon. Brenda Early, representing Fairfield. Brenda, don't be, this is from earlier today. Don't be liking people's stuff when they going against the stuff that I said that makes sense. If I said something and it makes perfect sense, and then somebody else say something, and then why you liking they stuff? You should be liking mine. Come on now. Don't do me like that. And then Jerica, you liking Jerica's nonsense over my common sense? Come on. Don't be like that. Brenda representing Fairfield, good afternoon. Erica Hummins representing Reading, good afternoon. Kathy Joe Wilson says hi. Hi, Kathy Joe Wilson, good afternoon. Walter Bradley in the house representing Jacksonville, Florida. All right, Jacksonville in the house. Alethea Williams says, Alethea in the building. Don't be on here causing trouble like I heard you doing earlier. We nice over here. All right. Good afternoon. Got Tierra Powell in the house. Oh my goodness. I feel privileged. You know, my favorite friend of the week. And, you know, we see eye to eye about these short men. F them. I'm with you. Yeah. Good afternoon, Tierra Powell. She didn't actually say that. She didn't say that. I don't want nobody actually think that she said that. I just want to pick with her because she said something that I didn't really like. And so I'm blowing it out of proportion. Let's see. David Herring, good afternoon, representing Butler County. Good afternoon. Bonita Gaines in the house, representing Roselawn. Good afternoon. Yo Underwood, you are not chilling at Tria's crib. You are not. I know that's not true. All right. I don't know, seriously, I went out with a short guy last week just because you thought I was being harsh on him. you, you gave the short man a pity date. You gave, who don't want to be a pity date? That's what every man desires. Like, I want to meet a woman and I want her to go out with me just to show me pity. Hey, what more could you ask for? All right, let's get into it. Rosemary, what is her last name? It's like Ogletree, I believe, something along those lines. Y'all know I'm not good with names. And Kevin Farmer, and the only reason I remember Kevin's name is because the yard signs, what do they say? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, or something like that. And like they should say bap, 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 based on some of the stuff that I heard and seen recently. But I remember his name because he's running for council. And I, for the most part, I don't agree with him politically about it seemed like everything that he said from a political standpoint. In all honesty, I haven't heard everything that he said, so that's not fair. But look, Oglesby, thank you, because I don't want to, disrespect her name. Apparently, Rosemary, who I've met, I wouldn't say I know her if I've met her, and she seemed like a really nice lady when I met her. Apparently, they have a tumultuous relationship. For real, this ain't gonna be about them. This is not gonna be about them. I don't know enough about them to make this about them and whatever their incidents are. Here's really all I have to say with regard to them. If you wasn't there, you don't really know what happened. If you wasn't there, you don't really know what happened. You might know, have an idea of it. That's because I saw a video where it looked like he was being exceptionally aggressive towards Rosemary. Looked like he was taking her car. And as a matter of fact, I think she was saying, "Don't take my car, Kevin." You know what I'm saying? It seemed like he had her back down and she was cowering on a chair and everything. And he was telling her, give me my ass. And look, based on, so I'm not saying that either side in the relationship seems to be on solid footing. All I'm saying is if you're not there, because, let's just say, and Kevin, I'm not accusing you of anything, even though you said you've been arrested a few times for domestic violence. But let's just say, for the sake of this portion of the argument, he has been violent towards her in the past. You don't know what happened during that incident where police were called. And the thing that disturbs me about stuff is we see something and we automatically take a side without knowing the details. And I'm telling you, women can be violent. Women can perpetrate acts of domestic violence on men just as much as men can on women. Actually, I believe it probably happens a whole lot more. But kind of to one of the points that Kevin was making, like, we just supposed to take it. And if you do, call somebody, call the police, now you bad, you weak, you a punk, you a this, you a that. All I'm saying is a lot of y'all that I've heard seem super ready to say she was right and he was wrong. When the truth is, at least for me, maybe y'all was all there. I wasn't there. So I don't know. So that's my take on them. I'm what they call it, compartmentalizing. Because I don't want to talk about them specifically. But He went live. Kevin Farmer went live, and he said some things that I've heard a lot of people say were, hold on, Mary says, just don't lay hands on a woman. Just walk away. You would hope, but that ain't always the right move to make. That don't sound good. You said sometimes the right move is to, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I don't like the idea of telling boys and men, no matter what, don't put your hands on no woman. I don't subscribe to that. I tell people, don't put your hands on other people. But if you put your hands on another person, in my opinion, you give them license, a right to put their hands on you. And it wouldn't be fair to say basically to women, oh, you can beat the hell out of a man, but a man should never put his hands on you. And that's what that says to me. That's what that says to me. I would say to men, if you in a situation and it begins to get super aggressive and, somebody push you, if you can walk away, man, just walk away from that. That's for men on men, men on women, women on men, women on women. If you're a human and somebody put their hands on you and you can walk away peacefully and, deal with that situation later in a nonviolent way, that's always, at least in my mind, that's usually the goal. But I'm not going with the whole, women should be able to do whatever they want to men and men can't never do nothing to women. No, I don't agree with that. But I was listening to some of the stuff that Kevin was saying, and I'll be honest, he did have some points. He did have some good points. But let me say this. I don't know that him as the person is the right person, and him in particular at this time is the right time to make those good points. Sometimes you can make a good point, but you doing it coming from a bad place, from a bad spirit. Like, you're not just having some of the stuff that he was saying in particular about black women is true. Some of it is true. But he wasn't coming from a place of actually, I want to help black women. I want to help black men. It sounded to me like he was coming from a place of, this ain't gonna sound good, but y'all know I had to tell the truth. It sounded to me like he was coming from a place of, I'm in a bad situation now, and I need to spin it. I need to spin this situation. And I might have some mental problems. That's kind of it felt to me like a combination. I'm in a bad situation that I need to spin. Hopefully to, my advantage. And I got some undealt with mental issues that I really need to deal with at some point. That's what it sounded like to me. And it was troublesome to listen to. And I listened to the whole thing. I was driving while I was listening to it. I wanted to take notes because I really wanted to note, I agree with him here. I disagree with him there. That was a great point. That was a horrible point. I kind of wanted to take notes. It felt like at times like he was trying to make himself cry. Or maybe he was just holding back tears because, men ain't supposed to cry. Not sure which. And I'm not here I say I'm not here to judge, but I think I'm being a little judgmental. But I'm really just telling you how it came off to me. I genuinely don't believe that we, people, society, our community in particular, talks enough about domestic violence. I'm going to say my friend, y'all know I like to tease people. And so I want to say my rich friend, but I fear that I have in some way, shape, or form offended my good friend Myosha. And if I did, I apologize. Y'all know how I say stuff. And she ain't been on the show in a minute, and I'll be reaching out to her a few times, and then, so I might have offended her. So I don't want to call her my rich friend. I want to, because, but all of that to say, I saw her, a comment that she made on a video that I saw about Kevin Farmer. And she made a great point. She said, look, I'm not saying that, he has committed acts of domestic violence, but he himself said that he's been arrested a number of times for domestic violence, but never convicted. She said, so one or two things is true. And I tend to agree with this. This is the part I tend to agree with. Either number one, I don't want to use the wrong words. I want to be sensitive with my words because it's important. Either number one, he be slapping bitches around. He be committing acts of domestic violence. Or number two, this nigga choosing the wrong bitches to get with. Because you won't be falsely accused of domestic violence all the time if you ain't doing nothing wrong. I mean, I can see it happening once or twice, but if you I've been arrested a number of times for domestic violence. Either you slapping people around, and you hitting people, or you are terrible at choosing people. You keep choosing people that's accusing you of stuff that you didn't do. I agree with her. She didn't say the B word, but I agree with her. And you want to be my city councilman? Like what? Either you can't control your hands, or you are not a good judge of character. Either one of those, in my mind, kind of disqualifies you from being my representative. But that's just me. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there are other people who are like, nah, he's a victim, and he could be. Again, in my mind, one of those two things is true. Wonder Woman say, all them women ain't lying. See, I don't know that. I don't know that to be true. I don't know that to be true. But let's assume, again, for the sake of argument, all them women lied on him. I don't know how many. But the way he said it, numerous times, you don't say numerous times if it's 3 or 4. I think if it's 3 or 4, you'd be a few times. I think above 5, 7, it's happened frequently. Over 7, yeah, it's happened numerous times. So, but you know what I'm saying? My calculation for a few and numerous could be off. It could be off. But I was falsely accused once. Now, you know what? I look for that. Like I'm saying, for real. Because once you get falsely accused of something, you become really sensitive to anything that sound like it could be that. So when I go in, you know what I'm saying, I meet somebody, hey, and if they, I don't feel safe. I'm out. Peace, Oh, your tone is kind of harsh. All right, I'm out. Peace. Cause that can transition to you did something. I'm really sensitive about that because it happened once. It ain't gonna happen to me no numerous times. That's just me. I try to be a good judge of character. I messed up that one time. I knew I messed up too. I knew it. I knew I did. But I messed up that one time. I picked a person who was not of good character. I'll be looking now. That's what I'll be looking for. So, but I don't think we don't talk enough about it, because by the same token, look, I saw that video. I saw a video that looked like, and I believe to be, Kevin Farmer and Rosemary. And it looked like, it kind of looked like it was in a daycare or something. I don't know exactly where it was. I told y'all, he's like, give me my ass. And somebody was there to be between them. And it looked like he was about to become physically violent towards her. And I would like to think that if I'm a woman and you put me in the position where I got to cower in a chair for fear of you, I'm not going to do that too many times. I would like to think, again, I don't know, people do what they do, but I don't know, at some point you got to say enough, right? At some point. And then the allegation of a gun. Now look, if you putting your hands on her and she pull a gun on you, you brought that on yourself, bro. You brought that on yourself. Oh, you shouldn't have put your hands on her. I'm telling, well, shoot me. If you putting your hands on her, and you get shot, you brought that on yourself. I'm just here to tell y'all, I am not for domestic violence on either side. But at the same time, I'm telling you, I've dealt with women who like to start stuff and then play the victim. They like to get it started, get violent, physically violent, and then play the victim after they've initiated physical violence. I've seen it with my own eyes. So I can't say who did this and who did that. I can't. But can I address one thing? It was so much in there, and again, I didn't take notes. And so I'm kind of going off of these flashes of things that I heard, where I'm like, I agree with some and I disagree with some others. Can we just stop using the term alpha male? Can we just stop? Y'all don't know what no alpha male is. I'm not saying I have the definition of what an alpha male is, but some things I'm pretty sure it's not. If you got to be supported by a woman, like, if you have to, if you got kids, because I have to address it, it was said. And so I have to address, I don't have to, but I want to address what was said. And there was some profanity used, and, some vulgarities used. And I'm just addressing those. Y'all know I don't cuss, but, you have to address stuff that was put out there. If you got a sling dick for a place to live, you're not an alpha male. I don't care how tough you think you are, how tough you act, how many people you can beat up and all of that kind of stuff. You are not an alpha male if you have to be a kept man, I ain't got nowhere to live. I got to go have sex with her so that I have a place to live. Why you ain't got nowhere to live? Every alpha male that I know, they kind of got a place to live that's theirs. You are not an alpha male if, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be kept. When I heard the term alpha male, I'm like, what? What? And I'm not necessarily saying that, he's not an alpha male. I wouldn't say so by my definition of an alpha male. So I think we just need to leave that term alone. Let's just leave it alone. We don't really know what it means. I mean, honestly, I think it's a ridiculous term anyway. But if she lose her job, you gonna be homeless because you can't pay no rent or no bills and don't have nowhere to live. But I'm an alpha. You're not. You're not. Daryl says cat men just sound weird. I don't know what else would you call it? I don't know what else you would call it. I don't. Dean says, how old was that video? Does he have hair extensions? And again, I'm just trying to go through some of the stuff that I heard. Because I'm trying to go with the ridiculous stuff. If you a woman and you have more than one child out of wedlock, the state should take your kids. Come on, bro. I mean, even, sometimes you say stuff and then you go back and you look at it and you say, yeah, I sounded like a damn fool when I said that. That's got to be one of those moments. It's got to be one of those moments. I can't say that that's ever happened to me, but I know people that I'm sure that it has happened to. You say something, you caught up in the moment and you think it's going to be, but then, you hear it back. Y'all know me. I'm known for saying what you said and saying it back to you, and then people be, oh, don't be putting words in my mouth when you trying to make me sound like a dummy. No, I just said what you said. I said what you said. And when you heard it back, it sounded like the words of a dummy. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at the person who said it. And I feel like that had to be one of those. Daryl says, play the Kevin Foreman video is what I mean. I want to say that thing is like 45 minutes. I'm going to have 45 minutes to play it. I'm out of here in 30 minutes. Yeah, and I got somewhere I have to be. It's, at 7 o'clock. It's Tuesday. So I got somewhere to be at 7 o'clock. But some of the stuff that he said was true. I can't say nobody, but no man that I know want one of them, and they call themselves this, so this ain't me using profanity. Want one of them boss bitches. Like none of the men that I know. We don't care. Like, look, if you are one, that's fine. Leave it out there. I'm not impressed by your money, by your job, by your degrees, by your title. I'm impressed that you're a lady. And I believe that there are people, women out there who, take advantage of things, their money, their intelligence, I am impressed with intelligence. I like to hold a nice, intelligent conversation. But they take advantage of the money and the intelligence and the degrees and the titles and all of that kind of stuff. And then they find, I guess, men who think that they alpha men, but they really not alpha men. And then they manipulate them and use all of that stuff to convince them that they have to be a certain way. I'm pretty sure that exists. But the men that I know, we not impressed by that. I mean, we're impressed to this degree. Listen, baby, if it's something you want to do, go do it. And I support you. And I'm going to be proud of you when you accomplish that. For your own personal growth and development, your own personal satisfaction, all of that kind of stuff, I'm going to be the biggest cheerleader. In terms of, are you running anything here? No. In terms of, am I marrying you? Am I in a relationship with you because of that? No. No. None of the men that I know. That's just me. But I don't know. I might be crazy. I might be crazy on that one. But people have issues. I think one of the reasons people mad at him, I think maybe tomorrow, if I come on tomorrow, because again, I'm out of here in about 25 minutes. Maybe I'll play the rant and we'll talk about point by point. But again, I don't think that the stuff that he was saying was coming from a good, even the stuff I agreed with, it wasn't coming from a good place. And to some degree, that matter. To some degree, that matter. To a large degree. If I know you and you know me and we cool, like we cool, and you like, hey, bro, I just need to tell you, this is an issue. Whatever this is. You getting a little too out of shape. You know what I'm saying? You need to pull it together. We need to go to the gym or something, man. We need to go to the gym and we need to get it together. I can take that from you because you saying it to help me. If you just mad at me just because, and your goal is I'm mad and I'm trying to, your fat ass need to get in the gym. Hold on. What you said might be true. But you wasn't coming from a position of trying to help, trying to raise awareness, trying to any of that kind of stuff. Your intentions were not pure. And that makes a difference. Daryl says, but for real, who actually took Kevin Farmer serious running for city council? Well, I mean, I knew I wasn't gonna vote for him. And Kevin, I want you to know, I'm not gonna vote for you, but it's not because you grew up in foster care. It's not because I don't like you. It's not because, you know what I'm saying, you're a black male and all of that kind of stuff. It's not because of that. It's because your political beliefs sound like crazy people political beliefs to me. It kind of sound to me like either you haven't really thought things out or you really trying to appeal to a different demographic and you just saying whatever nonsense you can say to appeal to them. But by the same token, I wish you the best of luck. But I mean, after seeing the one video, not the video where you were talking, but the video where it looked like he was gonna assault her at any minute, I don't respect you. Just, man to man. I don't respect you. So I definitely couldn't vote for you. Who intimidates somebody like that? Like, even if you never put your hands on somebody and you intimidate them in the way that it looks like you were intimidating her in that video, I don't respect you. You can't represent me. And this ain't necessarily giving her a pass. Because, again, I don't know. I wasn't there. So I don't know. She might have started some stuff that particular instance. But I don't think that we talk enough about domestic violence to create a situation where men are safe, men feel comfortable, saying that I'm a victim. Calling the police on somebody when they do you, because that's another thing he said. He said when these women put their hands on you or do something like that, get them locked up. Because I believe that for a woman, if a man putting his hands on you, put him in jail and get away. If a woman is doing the same thing, put her in jail and get away. I did not hear him say that. He said that they don't like your mouth if it's on their vagina. He didn't say that he eat A for peace in the house. Not that I heard. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, I got to respond to this. Oh, if I could spell. So Dina want to know, does he have squatter rights? Can she put him out? The way I see it, if it's her house, she should be able to put him out. Period. You gone. He shouldn't even be able to be there now. I think if you in a situation where it ain't your house and you claiming, domestic violence, you get me arrested, you got to go too. My house should be empty while I'm in jail. You shouldn't be there. Get out. You don't feel safe around me? Get out. But you going to jail. Right, but I'm coming back eventually. Get out. You got to go. Brent.
Hey, what's going on, E-Man?
Brent, how are you doing?
Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. I'm doing fine. Just a little cough.
Yeah.
Trying to eat some chips and breathe at the same time. That don't work too well.
All right.
But in the words of that street prophetess, I think her name was Queen Latifah, you put your hands on me again, I put your ass in handcuffs. I think that was from the UNITY song.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. But, some just to set the ground rules for some things we're not going to do on this call.
Say that one more time?
Well, what you're trying to set ground rules of what you're not going to do to me on this call.
Okay.
You are not going to get me to talk about any pending litigation that I may or may not have. You are not going to get me to blame black women for every malady in the black community, all in the same breath of holding men not responsible for anything. And you're not going to Eugene me. So just wanted to set the ground rules for that. But I'm guessing the reason why you've been out the past week or two is because of your cybersecurity classes. How are those going?
They're going all right. I got a week and a half left, and it's getting hard. Getting here today, I was
It's getting difficult. It's getting difficult. But all right.
Okay.
I could easily chop that up, and it's getting difficult. What's the classes are getting difficult?
I think really only creepy people can take certain stuff and make it something else. But it's getting difficult.
You fall in that category too. But okay.
Hey, it's true. And everything, because we're oh my goodness. See, now you got me. We're approaching the end of everything. And so we gotta get everything in, gotta do all the review because it's got that final coming up. And so it's a lot of stuff, that they do at the end of a course. So yes.
All right. So is there gonna be a graduation?
If it is, I'm not going.
What? You have to go, and it has to be live stream, and you have to have little baby the one who hand you your certificate.
Well, again, if it is, I'm not going. I don't typically go to stuff like that. I wouldn't have went to my high school graduation if my mama didn't make me. So no, I'm good.
Okay, well, that's cool because you could live stream it and everything, and we could all be there with balloons.
But I do appreciate everybody's patience and support. I really do.
Oh yeah, and look, you are bettering yourself, so I have no issues at all. I've had people who worked for me in past jobs that decided to take another job, and my first thing was like, man, I'm happy for you. Go do what you got to do to support your family. Am I going to be sad? Because great workers and everything. Yeah, but I'm happy for you ultimately. So hey, do it. We'll be all right. We'll just talk about you and sit on the porch, looking for you to come around the corner and until the street lights come on. Then Mom will tell us to come on inside. Daddy ain't coming. He ain't coming today, but it's all right. It's all good. It's all good. But it's been a super long time, and man, it is time. Where's LaDonna? Yeah, LaDonna's in here. It's time for the wrestling report. I won't make my voice go up high like it normally does, and so much wrestling has happened. I got to keep it to 4 basic points I wanted to bring out. Friday. Did you see the Jade Cargill triple threat match where she got busted open?
I've seen all of the talk about it, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, I went back and watched the clips, and Nia Jax ran her head into the steel aluminum steps, and she didn't get her hands up in time, so it did bust up above her eye or somewhere in that area. But she kept on going, and they finished the match, and they're trying to bring Nia Jax, but man, you got to protect yourself too. The spot is coming up, so get them hands up. And, but maybe Nia doesn't know on the stream. But also, did you see main event Jey Uso busting himself open by hitting Braun Breaker or somebody over the back with the chair? The chair came up and busted him in the head. Did you see that one?
I didn't see the chair come up. I guess it happened so fast. I didn't see the chair come back up and hit him. And I've even looked at the replay a few times, and it's hard to see the chair hitting, but clearly the chair hit him.
Yep. Yeah, and I was like, what in the world happened there? And blood all over the place. It was like, oh, man. But because that was when WWE had double booked their pay-per-view on top of All Out for AEW. And AEW, I think that was over, is it in Toronto? Yeah, it was up in Canada. They just started their pay-per-view earlier. So the main event, which was Hangman Adam Page versus the Proto-Style Kyle Fletcher. And if you hadn't seen that match, you need to go back and watch it. That was a great match.
Okay.
But they had it going up against the opening match, which was what, Brock Lesnar versus John Cena, which was a squash match. So I didn't see any of the John Cena match. But that Kyle Fletcher, he's only, goodness, I want to say like 25. So he's a little bit older than Will Ospreay. But this Joker is good. So go back and check out that match. Good ring psychology with neck issues from Adam Page. And, of course, Kyle Fletcher was going after the neck and just the moves they were doing. And, I thought that several times that both of them were dead, but thankfully they were not. So but that was a good match.
All right.
But last and most importantly, on this upcoming Monday Night Raw will be in Dallas, Texas, at the American Airlines Arena. And guess who scored tickets in a suite?
Oh.
So I was able to get 4 tickets, all for the low price of $3.99 through the company I work for. So me, my son, my oldest son, my youngest son is still in Cape Cod, so he can't make it. So I had 2 other tickets. So I'm thinking about inviting Rick Jr. and Billy Badass. So I think that would make a very interesting. If I can get a hold of either one of them, so you may have to call Rick Jr. because he probably live around the corner from you.
No.
But,
Yeah. Well, if you're taking Lawrence, he gonna have his gun with him.
Oh yeah, but we gonna go through the security entrance.
And no,
so we all
yeah, he know everybody, so yeah, it's good.
Yeah, he probably gonna have it wrapped up in that hand towel that is the same one he has next to the shower. How terrified do you have to be to shower with your gun on a hand towel next to it? That's just crazy. Oh man, he was a fool, but I miss his stories because they were so entertaining, and you would catch him in lies if you would have to make up another lie, and it was just absolutely hilarious.
He was fun.
But I'll send out some pictures and everything, and of the events, and we'll get a full blow by blow wrap up. Not necessarily what happened during the matches, because everyone can see that. Well, if you have a VPN, you can see it. But at least some things that I see that happen when you guys are watching those 3 and 4 minute commercials. But
all right.
That's all I got for now.
All right, Brent. I appreciate your call.
All right, and if you want a Roman Reigns, the OTC shirt, or whatever shirt you want, just hit me up. We'll see what we can get. And no, I will not have a replica wrestling belt or a Ric Flair robe or anything like that. I'm just going dressed as a fan and not a fanatic. So,
all right,
that is all.
Take it easy, Brent.
All right.
All right, that was Brent. Why y'all give Brent such a hard time? Somebody called him a sissy. Why he gotta be a sissy? Because he like wrestling. There's nothing sissy about that. Y'all too harsh. Y'all too harsh sometimes. Dial it back just a little bit. Oh, all right. What else? Y'all got like 9 minutes. I got like 9 minutes. I knew I didn't really have time to tackle this whole piece, but one of these days, there needs to be a honest, serious conversation. But I don't know that you can use this. I feel bad for everybody involved. That was one thing that he said, Kevin Farmer said during what I'm going to call his rant. When he was talking about a gun, and he was like, I grew up in foster care, so I ain't got no family to check on me. I ain't got no friends that care about me. Basically, I ain't got no loved ones that care about me. I believed that he felt that way. And nobody should have to feel that way. Now, some of it, might be a little bit of your own doing. But I don't like that there are people that feel that way. That's one of the reasons, honestly, why from time to time I tell y'all to reach out to somebody that you know, somebody that you love, somebody that you care about. Because there are people, excuse me, there are people out here running around who believe that, and people that probably you know, who at some point, in their, I don't want to say it's depression, but in their lower times, well, they probably feel like nobody cares about me. And you can be the person, you know what I'm saying, to kind of help them, pull them up from that. A part of me wants to say we don't talk about those types of mental issues enough. Just simple stuff like, it's a bad thing to say you're lonely. You know that there are, I was watching a video. It was a group of women. They were all single women. And one of the women said, sometimes I would get lonely. And all the other women in the room let her have it. How dare you say you get lonely, giving men all them power over you, and now you need to love yourself, And I'm like, what's wrong with a moment of just being real and saying, sometimes I get lonely. Sometimes when I'm home by myself, I think about what I desire, and I get sad that I don't have that. And that's viewed as some sort of weakness. Now, it's not just women, but that particular video was women. But for men to say, I get lonely, like you got to be strong. And I don't think that's necessarily the most helpful way to live. People don't allow other people, especially in today's society, and I'm going to say in particular in our culture, to be open and vulnerable without considering that some sort of a weakness. And because you don't hear people saying, I get lonely. I feel like don't nobody care about me. I feel like I'm out here alone with no support system. Like you have to be breaking down to say that and for it to be acceptable. Like for real, you got to be snotting and crying to say, I feel like I'm alone and I don't have a support system. Then it's okay. It's okay. You had a moment of weakness. Like, no, it could just be a moment of clarity and reality. So I hate it when I heard him say that, because I hate that there are people out there who truly experience that, who truly feel that way. And I wish we as people would allow people to be more open and vulnerable and just be able to express that so that there can be, the people around them maybe can hear that. And I know I care about you. I love you. You're somebody to me. And then they realize, oh, maybe I'm not alone. Janice says she should have told them to shut the hell up because they were probably lying. Well, they were. I mean, eventually it was a panel that was talking, and then one of the ladies in the panel, you know how they do. You always got the deep lady, not the lady with a deep voice. You always got her too, but you always got the deep, sensitive lady who's like, listen, we all feel that way. You know what I'm saying? After they done mocked her, and then she did. She stepped up and was like, listen, we all get lonely. And it's not fair for us to judge her because she's open and, expressing that. And I mean, then eventually everybody, yeah, you're right. But a minute ago, y'all was berating her. I hate that people have to be that way. Sierra says loneliness is the reason why a lot of people are being indoctrinated by politics. I believe so. Wonder Woman, Jacqueline says, I used to feel like that after my divorce and my mama passing away. Reached out for therapy and now I'm living again. Okay to it's okay not to be okay. Yeah. Jerica says, I agree. Oftentimes, my clients say they show up for others, but no one shows up for them. Samuel says, truly sad to not have a support system. Yeah. So yeah, when I heard him say that, I was like, oh man, that makes me feel bad. Not bad enough to vote for the brother, but I wish him well. I wish him well. Y'all, all right. I don't really have much else to say. I wish both of those parties well. I hate that, stuff comes to that, but sometimes it does. I would just want people to be better choosers. Better choosers. A lot of it do really come down to choosing. I know a lot of y'all went, well, I didn't know he was like that before you wasn't paying close enough attention. Because again, I tell you, I'll try to be transparent as I'm willing to be with y'all. And the stuff that I dealt with, man, I knew going in. I just thought I could manage it a little better than I could. But I knew going in, like this is gonna be all bad. Or no, I thought this is gonna mostly be bad, but I'll have some fun. And then you find out the fun wasn't worth the level of bad. Oh, and by the way, Sierra says, didn't Farmer lose his brother recently? I don't know. I don't know. By the way, the rapture didn't happen. We're all still here. I don't know why they love to pick September for the rapture and all of that kind of stuff. But no, the rapture didn't happen. We're here. So congratulations. You made it. Jerica says she must have had that. Not really. It was okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Me at best. But I know every woman out here think they got that, that ooh-wee, and no. More than likely, you just got that. All right. It's all right. But you can't say that to a sister, you know what I'm saying, to a woman afterwards. Like, well, R. Kelly did. R. Kelly told that one girl, like, you was okay. I need to teach you some stuff. Like, you was okay. But just generally, as a man, that's not necessarily something that you can, you can, but that's not necessarily something that you tell a woman afterwards. And it was okay. It was all right. I put it on. You were there. You did your part. Most times, I won't say most times, because I'm going to leave this whole conversation alone. I got to get out of here. I gotta get out of here. Mary, talk about stop it. How many have you had? I had a few. I had a few. What you think? Because I'm short and fat that I don't get the draws? You know what I'm saying? I don't now, but I used to get the draws. I don't know how many have I had. Like, what? Yeah, even short. Well, really, back in the day when I was getting the draws, I wasn't that fat. I used to actually be fit. I used to be fit. So yeah, I could get the draws. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I've had some that was not good. Like just literally that's not good. Like stop giving that out. Stop. You need to work on your confidence. You need to work on your balance. You know what I'm saying? That's just not good. 2, okay, that was all right. It was all right. I could take it. I could leave it. 2, she was wild. Like, she was a full participant and excited to be there. 2, okay, I ain't never had crazy and I'm gonna kill somebody for it. I ain't never had that. I don't want that. I don't even want that. All right, y'all. What y'all got me talking about? I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. How do y'all draw me into them nonsense conversations? Y'all are part of the problem. All y'all are part of the problem. I don't know how I let y'all draw me into that stuff. Let me get out of here. Hold on. I'm sorry. I just genuinely, CK, I'm sorry. I don't have time to talk to you today. I got to go. I'm actually like 5 minutes late. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. As always, as you go about the rest of this day, which was a beautiful day, by the way, get out, do something, have fun, tell somebody you love them. Be the reason that somebody smiles today. Till next time, I'm out, y'all.